President. On November 13, 1973, Willy Brandt was the first head of government to address the European Parliament here in Strasbourg. His first words in that historic speech, before he spoke about European unification, were about the Middle East. He said, "The tragedy in the Middle East, which is so close to us, not only geographically but also culturally and historically, require of me to speak as a German and as a European. The conflict is also a challenge to Europe. What goes on in this agonized neighbouring region affects us directly. Europe must therefore, if it can, contribute towards solving that problem, and this it can only do in the closest of cooperation." And I'm wondering, where is Europe in the current tragedy in the Middle East? Dear colleagues, I'm afraid on the Middle East today, Europe is not on the right side of history. A few kilometers from our borders in Palestine, nearly 34,000 people are killed from Israeli military operations, 70% of which, Mr. Borrell says, are innocent civilians. A humanitarian crisis with over 2 million people is taking place. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and we absolutely condemn the terrorist attacks of the 7th of October. But what is happening now, with thousands of children being killed, will strengthen extremism for generations, leading to much less, not more, security for the region and for Israelis. We condemn Iranian attacks and support for Hamas, but if Israel chooses to respond militarily, as it did in Damascus, escalation is certain and millions will be in danger. If we actually stand for what we say, and if we really believe in what we say, we must, in very clear terms, declare that there has to be an immediate and lasting ceasefire in Gaza with the return of all hostages. We must declare clearly that we stand against military escalation. We must support the end of occupation, the restart of reliable talks for a two-state solution. And the EU must at last take a stand and push forward for a peace conference that should include, as the Spanish and Irish Prime Ministers have said, the prospect of recognition of a Palestinian state on the basis of a solution with international guarantees for Israel. I'm concluding. If we continue playing with words or obstructing public discussions like what happened in Germany, then we are sending the message around the world that European values are nothing but hypocrisy. We send the message that our rules lead to double standards. But the truth is, either European values are relevant everywhere, or they are not values at all. Thank you very much.